Today I'm traveling from Borivali to Andheri, Chakala for some bank work. Why to take a long cut? You have a shortcut. Yes, this is a building premise from where I'm going inside. Then I'll go to the SV road. From there I'll take the highway. So now I'm going to the Borivali highway petrol pump. There is a huge line always over there for filling petrol. But let's see if I'm lucky this time. Not pretty lucky, but then this is a bit better. Big line. Off we go. From here I need to take a U-turn and straight to the highway. And the next stop is at Andheri Chakala near IDFC Bank. So there is a huge problem of parking over there, so I have to spend some time to find a parking space for me. This is the Western Express Highway and one of the best, but usually during peak hours there is a lot of traffic over here because millions of people travel every day to their office. They come back in the evening. So the peak hours is usually, it starts from 8 o'clock in the morning and then it somewhere ends maybe at 11 o'clock. Then again the peak hours in the evening starts at 5 o'clock, 5:30, and then it doesn't end. this camera is DJI Osmo Action, the first version. It's a very sleek camera, nice camera. But this is my first camera experience, recording experience on bike with this camera. I hope it goes right, but let's hope for the best. Let's see what the output is. I'll be definitely editing the video. I'll also be showing you all a lot of tips and tricks regarding braking, angles, of what you should see, what you should ignore while riding. Because if you pay attention on the wrong things, I hope you know what I'm talking about, then it's a big problem. So I hope the peak hours is not yet over. The metro work is going on, and hence I think there is a lot of traffic. This should be for a small patch, and I hope we don't get this beyond Oberoi Mall. So Oberoi Mall is, I think, approximately 5 kilometers from here. We Mumbaikars are not worthy of empty roads. Either you leave very early in the morning or you leave late in the night, to find a peaceful ride or a drive. But if you dare leave in the morning time, in the daytime, so you better watch out for some nice traffic. All kind of vehicles are available for you to watch. Good place for kids. They can experience different vehicles on the road, but I'm sure that they will not like it after some time. It's like a service road, awesome for the bikers to just skip a patch. Doesn't take you a long way, but gives you a very better feeling that you're not in traffic. All an illusion, I think, but still better. All the bikers are very supportive basically when they ride. They don't push each other, hit each other while riding. So that's the best thing, because everyone knows they have to go through this every day. So what is the point in messing up? At least the bikers have an option to, go up in the places. But cars and rickshaws and trucks and buses, they seriously don't have any option. I don't think so. They need an option, but still, nothing is better than something. Something is better than nothing. This patch is almost every time wet. I don't know, the water comes down from the top of the mountain. So this is the kind of traffic that I was talking about during peak hours, but this is worse. So I'm going to switch off the camera, meet you when there is no traffic. You all have already seen a gist of it. So here we are out of the traffic. It didn't take much time, just a few minutes. Hopefully we don't find traffic anymore. Now I have reached Malad. I have to, there are 3 more stations or places that I have to cover. That is Goregaon, Yogeshwari and then Keri. If you go on the bike, it's like cool, nice, very quickly. Go in the train, you will also very quickly, but it's like people gathered around you. I don't like. That is why I'm on the bike. I don't know whether it's 200 or yeah, it is 200. Nice ES6 version. I don't know how it is. Is it better than the old version of NS200 that I'm riding? But it looks nice. Reaching Goregaon now, like this quick if the road is empty. You don't have to wait for anyone because there are no signals. It's the highway. Now talking about overtaking, there are different approaches that everyone follows. It's all based on what you think about overtaking. You overtake from the right or you overtake from the left. It all depends on your preference. Plus, it should also depend on the safety of how much can you carry on your shoulders. Basically, the risk I'm talking about. Instead of measuring the risk, if you calculate the safety more, then I think you're in the right direction. It's not always about riding or just riding or rash riding or safe riding. It's about smart riding. Come on, guys. We are bikers. We are smart. I would say smarter than so many other people who hate riding who are scared of bikes, because we can analyze and take quick decisions in split seconds. That requires my dedicated level of attention and a lot more things. Aspiring riders, watch this video, learn. More than watching the video, listen to what bikers suggest, bikers tell you. Because the experience sharing has to, bring a change to your riding style or your life, the kind of riding you do right now, whether it's safe, not safe. A lot of riders can tell you that. Being in Throttle Adda for so many years, we have improved, we have made mistakes. But when you make mistakes, you eventually end up improving if you don't do that mistake again and again. Fix this mirror. I have a horn on my bike. It's not right, but I need to add that. These days I'm learning how to fix my bike. Instead of going to a mechanic and acting like a fool, and you don't know anything about your bike but you still call yourself a rider. That's very stupid to me, which I have been since so many years, but now I am learning how to fix my bike. There's a KTM riding smartly. Let's see how. I respect all the bikers. Bikers community, man. Very precious. Some bikers can make you, some bikers can break you. Listen to all the suggestions, but do only what you think is safe for yourself. Don't implement any stupid suggestions based on stories. The most important thing, guys, when I'm looking at the other guy riding, when I'm riding, whenever you're overtaking, you need to take care of the car or any vehicle that is behind you, on your left or your right. Correct? If you don't do that, then you screw both. I mean, you are putting yourself and the vehicle behind you at risk, big risk. Because if you are maneuvering and if you don't pay attention at the distance, if you're not able to calculate that distance between you and the rider or the driver behind you, let be any vehicle, then there is a high possibility that as soon as you maneuver to the right or left, you go and bang on that vehicle, because that vehicle is not aware that you are going to come on the right or left. He is not aware of the speed that you are at. Suddenly you are going to brake or you are not going to brake suddenly, nothing. So don't screw up, please. Indicators. The power of indicators is is very much, it's the best method of applying safety while you're moving towards the left or right, or on the right. As soon as you want to maneuver, even for small, cuts, just start your indicator. Let the person behind you know that you're coming on the right or the left. Immediately, I'm sure the other person on the right or the left behind you is going to quickly lower the speed, because they know that you're going to do something stupid. Even if it's not stupid, you are going to do something at least. So this is Andheri. I have taken a left from the Western Express Highway, and this is a metro station. Now I have to reach Chakala, going for some bank work. Urgent, important, very, very important bank work. The traffic on this road has reduced drastically after the metros came up a few years ago, and the traffic across Mumbai is expected to become better. The traffic situation is going to be better, I hope, after the metro starts all over Mumbai, because the condition of the roads and the traffic right now all over Mumbai is worse. For an everyday traveler on bike or car or any mode of transport, their life is like hell. They can't complain about it because they don't have an option, but I hope government helps them. We should appreciate the government sometimes, because they do some things very nice. We might tell them that for some time we are having road issues, we are having traffic because of the metro building, but if you see the long-term vision, so eventually everyone is going to be at peace, and peace is equal to happiness, happiness is equal to lovely life. So from here I need to take a left. My destination is on the right. Safety protocol, guys. Let the other person who is at a higher speed than you pass, and only then you move. If you want to put yourself at risk, you are also putting the other person at risk who is coming straight at you. Which is very, very risky. a very big lesson when you want to take a turn. You're a biker, man, don't become a rickshaw guy. I mean, no offense to the rickshaw guys, they have a hectic schedule. But still, before you turn, look behind and only then turn your steering. Because if you turn your steering first and then you take a turn, then you will end up screwing up the situation, banging others, or someone will come and bang into you, and then there will be a big fight, which you don't want. I'm just wearing my spectacles. It's an important piece of device which I need while riding and when reading far away things. But yes, in the recent years I've been started wearing this because it helps me in some or the other way. So this is MIDC, and I am near behind the Holy Family Church and the school and the ground near the Toyota showroom. Now I am going to take a different route. This is the inner road, and then I'm heading towards Mahakali Caves. If I go through this way, there is a subway that I need to take, which is a better method. Instead of waiting on the signal, that's a big signal. So instead of waiting on the signal, I take the subway, I directly catch the highway. And then towards Borivali. So I'm going back home. I'm doing kind of a smart shooting because this video is going to be used on my two channels. One will be just for a road experience, one will be for people who are looking for ride experiences, and also I will share so many tips and tricks. I will be sharing so many tips and tricks, and how you can keep yourself safe while riding. So now you see, right, there is someone ahead of you. Now you do not see any vehicle on your right, but that doesn't mean that any vehicle is not coming from your right, from behind you. So you have to be a little smart and first look into your rear view mirrors, make sure that no one is there. Even if they are there, okay, and you still want to go ahead, just start your indicators, give the right signal, and then move towards the left. That will make sure that the other person coming from behind doesn't end up fighting with you, or then he will have to put sudden brakes. He might fail, he might crash into you. There would be more vehicles behind that vehicle which will crash into them, and then it will all be a mess. Riding is an art, and then that is why there are so few riders in MotoGP and those leagues. So few riders, because they are the best at what they do. If you want to be the best at what you do, just do smart riding, not rash riding. And don't think that you are the best, because there are so many riders I've seen who are not in the picture, not on YouTube or not anywhere, but they ride so brilliantly because they are just into them and their riding style. if you notice, there was a tempo ahead of me. I wanted to go on the left, but what I did, instead of just putting my bike on the left, is first I started looking behind. My rear view mirror is not working out for me right now, but then you have to take a quick view at who's behind you, and then I slowly, steadily started putting my bike on the left. And once I came on the left, I did not directly accelerate to go ahead, because there could have been something on the left hand side of the tempo which I would have gone and banged. So calm yourself out, don't get nervous, don't get hyper, look around you and then decide where you want to go or where you want to put your bike. See, because the rule of riding is that the bike should not do what you don't want the bike to do, right? So that means you have to be in control of your bike. The bike cannot control you. If the bike starts controlling you, that means you don't know what's going to happen next. Indicators very important. Mirrors very important. Thinking in split seconds, deciding in split seconds, very important. Everything is important. Respecting the road, respecting the other drivers, riders, vehicles around you, very important. Braking, very important. Braking is one of the trickiest things in riding. If you don't learn the art of braking, then your bike is again not going to stop where you want the bike to stop. And then there would be certain situations which you won't be able to handle. Give respect, man. I stopped, right? Did you see? I did stop. I didn't just go ahead because I wanted to go ahead. I wanted the traffic to be clear. And once you decide that you want the other person to go, that means you are helping everyone to go ahead with you. That's not about ego. That's just about how you maintain your road discipline, how you understand the road. What space is for whom, basically. If the space allows you to be first in that position, then you be. But if it's blocking you being in the first position and blocking everyone else, then that's very stupid. You can't do that. I'll be taking a right from here, taking the highway, the main Western Express Highway, and then we will go zoom. Whenever you want to go zoom, go safely. Otherwise, zoom will become boom. Alright, I'll be shut for some time. And this is the Western Express Highway. I'm near Jogeshwari, heading towards Goregaon, and I'll see you a little bit in front. Till then, just wait. I couldn't resist to start the camera as soon as the traffic got cleared. It wasn't traffic, it's just a narrow road where people were trying to just move ahead. So I love this road. It's pretty smooth. A little bumps here and there on the left and the right, but it's nice. before taking a left, I did look at I did look behind because my mirrors are not working properly. But I did not just go on the left, because I couldn't see properly. There was a rickshaw on the left, and I had to wait for a millisecond maybe, and then take a quick look behind on my left, so that I can decide whether I should put my bike on the left or not. The roads are not full, but I'm trying to stay on the right hand side because the roads are pretty good on the right. But now I'm going to take a look at the left and then go ahead. Who wouldn't want such roads where the roads are empty and then you can just zoom in to any direction and ride, but safely, please. I'm trying to give you all a nice view of the left and the right because I feel that for now it's going pretty smooth. Bumpy roads are still better than before. I've been on this patch, it's always been bumpy. I That was a KTM Adventure. I think it was KTM Adventure 250 because it looked small. We friends are very much interested in KTM Adventure because it looks like a nice and solid bike for all the kind of riding that we do. So we are not only looking for track racing or track riding, but we are also looking for daily commutes, riding, touring. Basically a combination of all types of riding, and KTM Adventure suits all of it. A bit pricey, so let's see where we, where we are heading. We are heading towards it, but if there is a better option, maybe sometime in the future, we will opt for it. Bajaj has basically always been so friendly with our riding, and crazy. Bajaj bikes have always given us that performance because we don't race, so we do not need a racing tuned bike. We just need a all-round bike, and it should suit our pockets. So Bajaj has been friendly in that way, and we have been happy with Bajaj till now. NS has shown its potential at every stage. Let it be any environmental type, any roads. It's shown that it can do what it's made for. Never a disappointment in terms of quality, the riding quality plus the build quality. I have crossed Goregaon and reached Malad. On my right, it's Times of India, just past Times of India. We haven't spoken about shifting yet. Shifting gears, maintaining your speed as per the gear you are at right now. But the technique of shifting your gears matters a lot when it comes to braking as well, when it comes to safety, when it comes to securing your bike at different times. So that's a huge topic that we can cover, and I can actually tell you all how the shifting works and how you should work on your shifting techniques. It's very important. Crossing Kandivali now. On my right there is Thakur village, on my left there is Thakur complex. I won't be taking the next flyover. I'll be going down and taking a left. That's where I'm heading, Borivali West. entered Borivali East now. I think I need to work on my shifting technique. It has been some time that I have gone on rides. So shifting is fine, but then I'm shifting down one gear which is not required. I'm shifting down an extra gear which is not required, it seems. So I'll improvise. That improves your, see, these turnings while you ride is very important for you to grow as a rider and to understand yourself, your technique, your bike. And for a rider, these things are very crucial because it keeps you safe, it keeps you happy that you are improving every day. Even a short ride like this, like maybe a 25-kilometer ride, will improve you drastically. And then eventually that is going to improve your lifetime riding or a tour that you're planning. Tours are usually long, right? So that these techniques are going to help you while you go on long tour.